First of all, I would like to know how many of you are familiar with Bootstrap. Have you heard of Bootstrap? Anyone used Bootstrap? Or
No,
responsive
Not,
web
sir.
design?
no
idea, sir.
No, sir. No idea, sir.
Okay. Whatever website you are using nowadays, or the applications you are using, online sites, blogs, everything nowadays they are using Bootstrap. Okay, Bootstrap is a framework for building responsive websites, responsive web design. We will not be going into the details of all those things. I thought I'll just introduce you to a very easy website builder, which is called Mobirise. It's a free platform, free application. The advantage is, unlike the other platforms like Wix, Weebly, where we create websites, when you are creating a website in Weebly or Wix, actually in the background you are using Bootstrap. Okay, so Bootstrap is a framework which gives you a foundation for building your website, which can be modified, selected components can be added. And without knowing any coding or HTML or CSS, you can develop a website using this Mobirise. Mobirise has got a free version and plus a paid version. If you want ready-made templates, then you will have to go for the paid version. Otherwise, if you are ready to build the website, all the components required are available in the software, you can make use of it. Okay, once you have designed the website, I will be briefly telling you how to host it also. Okay, as a intranet server or on the internet. Both options you will be showing.
Sorry,
So
so brother,
yes.
please unmute yourself, Suraj sir.
Okay. So I'll share the screen and start with Mobirise. This is the website from where you can download Mobirise. Mobirise.com. Okay, so there are two versions, like for Windows operating system and Mac operating system. We'll all be using Windows, so you can click on download for Windows. Then you can register using your email ID. Then a password will be sent to your email that can be used to log in and download. I'm already logged into this system, so I can just click on for Windows and the Mobirise will be downloaded. And installation is very easy. As any other software application, you can just double click on the setup file, then it will be installed automatically. There is no difficulty in doing that. So I'll just start the Mobirise application, which is already installed for saving time. Okay, this is the Mobirise app.
Sir,
Yeah.
I just want to ask, when we are going to the site, it says Windows and Mac. So
Yeah.
we need to download it.
Windows, yes. This is an offline editor. That
Okay,
is what
so
I
we have to download.
Yeah. Wix and Weebly are online editors. So many other sites are there which provides online editing features. But here, Mobirise, you can download it, install it in your computer. Design can be done offline. Then you can upload it to any web hosting provider to have your internet or website live. Okay, so I have already downloaded it.
Okay.
Then first time when you are starting this application, it will ask you to log in using your email ID and password. Okay, like this. So you can provide your email ID which you have used to register in the website.
Thank you.
Okay. If this don't show again, otherwise every time you are starting, that language option will be coming. Here you can see one default web page you can see here, but we will be designing a website from scratch. That will be easier than this one, editing the existing one. So let it be there. So you can see here different options. The menu bar is here. This is the three dash. You can click on that, the three lines here, horizontal lines, to see the options available, settings available. One is the pages. This will be the various pages for your website. To manage the pages, you will have to go here. But first of all, you will have to create a site. Okay, under sites. And the extensions are the extra features which are available on payment. So we not go handle. So click on sites to manage your site. Now we will create a new site. So click on create new site. This is the existing template which is freely available here. So you can click on create new site and give a name to identify the site you are going to create. For example, you are going to create a virtual library site, so you can type virtual library here as a site name. Then you will have to choose it and Mobirise AMP. AMP stands for the difference between these two is the AMP website will be easier to load, faster to load. It is accelerated for mobile, specially made for mobile. So the framework will be the same, but it will be lightweight and will be easier to load. It will quickly load on mobiles. That is the purpose. It is optimized for mobiles. So normal website will not be that much difference, but still there is a speed will be better for loading the pages, which is created in Mobirise AMP. This is the latest technology, the accelerated mobile pages introduced by Google. Maybe sooner this will be overtaking all the other designs, the other frameworks, because most of the statistics shows that most of the websites are being accessed through mobile nowadays. So that's why mobile friendly or mobile accelerated pages are being created. We will check Mobirise 5, which is the normal website in Bootstrap. So click on that and it will load a blank page for you. Okay, so this is the blank page. We are not using the themes because the themes we will have to pay. The templates we will have to pay. Okay, you can disable this one, don't show again.
Sir, are we, sorry to bother, are we going for Mobirise 5 or Mobirise AMP?
Mobirise 5. You can select AMP also if you want to create a site which is optimized for mobiles. Okay, the both works the same way. Only thing with this is that output, the result of that AMP will be a lightweight website. Okay. Okay. So this is the empty page. Now we will have to add components, different components to design our website. This uses a drag and drop feature. So to add a new block, you can click on this plus sign. Anytime when you want to add a new block, you can click on the plus sign and you can see the different components available. So we all know that the website basically will have a structure. A menu bar will be there. Without a menu bar also you can create a website. It's not mandatory. Any of these components you can make use of, but the basic structure of a website is a menu bar, a header, then there will be the body content. After header, then there will be a footer. So these are the basic structure of a website. So first you can click on menu. All the components will be available here in this area, menu, header, like that, under different headings. And you will also see more menu blocks here, more menu blocks, more header blocks, like that. More options are there, but all these extra blocks are on paid basis. Okay, so we are making use of the free components available here. So you can select any of these three menu styles, menu bar styles. To add it to the screen, this is on the left side of it, under that home, you can see the blank area. This will be your page. This is the home page. When you are designing a website, the first page or the index page is the home page. So this is the home page, and when you click on any of the blocks, that will be added to the left area, the blank area at the top, because we are adding a menu bar. So menu bar is added here. So the first block added here, you can click on that blank area or the web page to edit it. So you can see it here. This is the menu bar added to your web page. This is the preview of your web page. Got it? So the first component we are adding is a menu bar, and any component you have added can be edited by clicking on it. Click on it, you can see the block here. Then edit individual areas or individual icons here or the text available here by clicking on it. Just like you want to change this Mobirise to the title of your website, like virtual library. I'm typing here virtual library, we can scroll. You can choose the color here, any color you want, and you can provide a link to the page also. Okay. So normally when the header or logo of a website, the title of a website is clicked, that will lead to the index page or the first page. Okay, so you can select here the index page, index.html here, or like this, and or you can select from here home. Okay, that whatever pages are available will be listed here, or you can manually type the HTML page name, but it will be easier to pick the page name, page title from the drop down and click on insert link. So link will be automatically inserted here, and here each menu titles are available here, like about us, services, contacts. Normally on the header menu bar, main menu bar, we will be having this kind of links. You can change it by clicking and typing whatever you want to have as a menu option. In this, the drop down menu here, select menu. Don't change it. If you change it, the size will be changed. These are the different styles applicable or available for your website for text matter. Okay, so keep this menu only, don't change it, and you can change the color. You can provide link to the about page once you have created the about page. So first we will leave the link blank, and any other editing, any other style changing you want to do, you can click on the settings icon. This will be available for each and every component you will be adding to your web page. So click on the settings icon. You can see what are the different options available. You can make this navigation bar full width. The changes will not be visible here for full width. When you are browsing on a browser, you will see the difference. Okay, then if you want to add a logo, you can enable logo. Then one logo will be added here. You can change the logo by clicking on that image and selecting any logo available in this one, or you can type it, the link to a particular image file, or you can upload a file also. Going to browse computer, click on browse computer and select any logo you want to use here. Okay, if you have already got a logo downloaded, then you can make use of that. Okay, I'm just selecting one picture available in this computer for the time being. And you can also use this pencil icon to edit the uploaded image once it is uploaded. Okay, the image size is too big. Let me check any other. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll download one KVS logo and use that to create the logo. That is the right thing to do. Okay, I'll save this image to the desktop. Okay, now I'll go back to Mobirise and select that particular image file, logo file. So you can create any logo here. Okay, simple editing is possible here for cropping and all, but not much features are available. So no cropping is required. We want to make use of the full logo. So I'll select it completely, or you can make use of the aspect ratio. Then click on OK. You can give a link to the page, home page. When this logo is clicked, it should go to the home page. Normally, that is what you do, and you can give an alternate title like Virtual Library. Okay, Kanjikkode. This will be the title of your website normally. Okay, click on OK. You can see the logo here and the title and other links are available here. The other options available under settings are, you can, this is already, the brand name is enabled. That's why it's showing the brand name or the title. Then menu items. If you want to turn off menu items, you just want the title and logo to be visible, you can turn this off. And you can also make use of icons. For here, you can see the social icons. Once you have clicked on it, you can see the social icons added here. Okay, and each icon can edited also. Then if you want, you can add an extra button to this menu bar like this, which can be used to give a link to maybe a login button or apply now, register now, special buttons. For some occasions, you can create it from here, enabling button here. And it can be sticky. Sticky menu bar means when you are scrolling down the web page, the menu bar will always be visible at the top. You might have noticed it on website and even blogs also. So this can be done, and collapsed can be enabled. So it will be appearing as that collapsed. It will not be expanded. The menu options will be available as a button, and you can click on that button to access the menu options. But normally, the home page, when it is being seen on a desktop, we will have the expanded menu bars. Okay, and transparent, and you can select the color also, what color you want as the background of this menu bar. So that can also be selected. The suitable color you can select from here, clicking on more. All the colors are available, so you can select a color of your choice. Okay, hamburger is the menu name for that menu. So we will complete this design. We will avoid this button, or we can have retain the button here. So any of these components, you can click on it and make changes. Okay, here if you want to have a button like apply now, you can just change the text, or any component can be deleted by using this delete option. Okay, and for this social icons, you can click on it and you can add any icon you want from here. You have got so many icons here, normal icons, and you can find the social icons here. So you can add any social icon you want to appear on the menu bar, navigation bar. And this icon can be linked to your Facebook page by giving the address here, http facebook.com and / your library or personal Facebook address, KVK Librarian, and insert. And if you want, when somebody is clicking on the menu link, it should open in a new window, or it can be opened in the same window. If you disable this, it will be opening in the same window. Normal feature is this, but if you, when you are giving social icons and other things, we will prefer them to open in a new window. So you can enable this and click on insert link. Okay. So once you have done this, editing is done, that component, the menu bar is finished. Any doubts? Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Now, so once we have added the menu bar, the next will be the header. So click on the plus button here, go to header. You can see the different options available, as along with a picture background image plus a title and a text, or like this without background images, but background shades and all different gradients are available. So this many options are available for a header. So you can select whichever you want. So I'm selecting the first one itself, and it is added here. Okay, as the header. Now we can click on that header to see how it looks in our site, and you can make changes, create your first website. Instead of that, whatever you want, you can type it here, a title, and you can have a description here, and the size of the title can be changed by clicking on this option. Okay, click on it, and size, 3 sizes are available. You change the size according to your choice. Now you can give a brief description. I'm just typing a brief description, and the description text size will be normal text. You can change its color if you want. Okay, the color can be picked, and when you are selecting the color, the complete text color will be changed. Okay, there is no option to change a single word color, but you can select a word, double click to select a word, and you can make it bold or italics, and you can give a link also to that particular word. Okay, so that's also possible. And you can have a button, or if you don't want a button here, you can remove it also. Okay, here we can have browse like this. Okay, and if you want to change this, we will definitely want to do. We would like to change this background icon. You can go to settings here. Okay, and in the settings you can see 3 options are there. Either you can use an image, or you can use any color combinations. Okay, and or you can add a video also. So this can be the background, can be a video also. You can give link to a video on YouTube or Vimeo or wherever it is. You can make use of that video, or you can use an image, click on this image to change it, and browse your computer, and you can select one image to be used in place of this one. Okay, I'll select one image for the time being. Okay, that is uploaded here. Click on OK. That will become the background of your page, means header area. Okay, so when you are selecting a different image, you will have to change the text sometimes. Okay, depending on the background, otherwise it will not be visible. On a dark background, if you are using a dark font color, it will not be properly visible. So I just change the text color. The other options available here are, you can disable the title, you can add a subtitle by clicking the enabling the subtitle here, and you can edit it, and you can enable or disable the description text here, and also you can disable the buttons. And you can have an overlay placed on this particular image, or you can turn it off. If you place an overlay, means there will be a it will not be that much clear. There will be an overlay layer added to the image. So normally the sites make use of that to blur the image slightly, and you can use the opacity of the overlay color, and you can change the color also here. So once your header is ready, you can go on adding other components. Okay, click on plus button again and select the next component. You can have the features like this. For example, if you are adding different services, or if you are adding about different books, book reviews, or some components like that, you want it to be appear like this with images and the text, you can add that feature. Click on it to add it to the site like this. You can add any of these components. This can be added multiple times. Header and menu bar can be added only once. You will find here header can be added, but menu can be added only once, because we can have more than one header like this. This structure is possible, but menu will be only one menu for a particular page. So only once you can add the menu, but other components you can add as many as you like. So different components you can experiment with whatever you want, and you can just click on it to add it. See, one by one it will be added to your page, and each component, just like I have shown for the header file, you can edit each component, and some slight changes will be there for each component. Like this one, there is the image. You can click on the image like we did earlier. You can browse your computer and add a different image. You can change the text anywhere. You can give a link also. Okay, and here for the complete component, this area, this element, you can change the settings here. These are the parameters for individual block. For all the blocks, there will be the settings icon, which can be used to do this. So you can enable auto sizing. So depending on the screen size, it will be adjusted. If you enable auto size, you can specify a height for the image also. You want a reduced height, you can reduce it, or you can enlarge it. Full size can also be used. And spacing. If you want spacing to be added between these three components, three blocks, you can have spacing, or otherwise you can disable it also. So spacing looks nice on websites like this kind of components. And whether you want a title, subtitle, text, buttons, and if you want to change the background, this is white, you want to change the background to some other color, you can change that also. So different options are available here. And you can use a background image also. Normally for this kind of components, we don't use background images, but if you are using a different style or you want to use it, you are free to make use of images for this particular block. And we can move on to the next block and change this block style also in the same way. All the blocks can be edited using the block parameters. One more thing is that sometimes you may feel, you may be feeling that there is a big gap between these two blocks. If you want to avoid that, you can adjust it in the settings. In the settings, the top spacing and bottom spacing can be changed. So this will be closer. The elements or the blocks will be closer to each other. So this can be adjusted by changing the top and bottom options here. Okay, as you like. Then, so we have added the components, and other components available here are the image and video. You can add images, image gallery can be made using this component. So different options are the with caption or without caption, you can add images. Okay, and any image you are adding, you can just click on that image and browse from your computer and upload your own images. And there is a gallery and slider for photo gallery and sliders moving, and this will be a pop-up photo gallery. When somebody is clicking on the image, it will pop up. The image will open in a new pop-up, and it will have animations and sliding features. So you can add a gallery also if you like this text and buttons gallery, or without buttons. This can also be edited, and if you want, you can just retain the caption and remove the button. And people, like you want to library team who are working in the team for a school library, only librarian will be there. So this one will be better, or this can also be used for user of the month, things like that. If you want to highlight somebody or your patrons and things like that, can be this people area can be used, or it can be used for making any other component also. Like instead of people, you can have new additions, and you can show the books covers, things like that. And you can have contact components here, contacts by email address, or a map can be added, say showing your location, library's location. And finally, you can have the social icons placed at the bottom of the page, and a footer can also be added. So these components are not mandatory. It's up to you which component you want to make use of. And finally, we can add a footer. Which kind of footer you like? You just want a simple footer, or a footer with links, different links and logo in it, you can make use of that. So any component like this you can add. And if you want to have a contact form on your site, or a login form like that, that is also possible here. But for this contact forms and all, you will have to make use of some script for it to properly work. Okay, if you are uploading this website into Mobirise, there is no setup required, it may work automatically. Otherwise, you will have to use some extra scripts. So we will not be adding any contact forms now. And you can also have news articles, our blog, some extra components. These are our different structures, the styles in which the items are presented in your web page. So depending on your requirement, you can add any of these components. So once you have finished adding the components and editing the text and images required, next is to publish it. So I'm not editing it for the sake of saving our time. Like this logo, if you want to change the logo, you can click on it, browse computer, add the logo. That's all. And all the other text you can just click on it and just type whatever you want. So it's very simple to edit. Okay, so the website is ready. I'm not changing the text and images now. So let's suppose that this is what we want. This is the design we want. We will make the changes, all the changes. Now this will be automatically saved. There is no need to save, click on any save button here. So once our home page is ready, next we will have to create our other pages for the, just like about us. One page should be there. When we are clicking on about us, it will give details about our library and our services and the contact details. So 3 pages are required here. Pages are added under pages. The pages menu, manage pages, click on that. You can see already the home page is there. And one easy thing is, once you have created the pages, the home page, you want the menu bar and the header to be the same normally. We will not have different menu bars for each page. So in that case, you can clone this particular page, home page. Click on clone and you can give here what is this page. You can name the page about us. Once you have added about us, click anywhere outside that one, then it will be accepted. It will be saved. Now you can click on settings, page settings, and give details of this particular page about us. So here you can give a brief description. This is the official page of, or this is the virtual library of AV Kanjikkode. Like that, you can type whatever you want here, and the URL you can give us page, not page 1 HTML. You will give an identifiable name, about.html. So this will be the structure in mobile, and this will be the structure in desktop. You can see when somebody is searching on Google, this will be the preview which will be shown in the search results. So accordingly you can modify this details. So once you have added that, similarly you can add this page settings for your home page also. Home page also we need a page title. Instead of form, you can give virtual library. Like this, any title can be given. You can give the description here. And any details. And the page URL, the home page, it will be index.html, because it's the convention that the home page will be named as index.html or default.html. Earlier default, nowadays it's only index is used, whether it's a PHP file or an ASP or an HTML file. The home page, the index page should always be named index, because when you are browsing a site, just like you are typing google.com, it will be looking for the index page to serve you or show you. So like this, you can add the new page. So we have created the new page here. The about page we have created, and you can edit that. Now about page is enabled here, so you can make changes to that. Whichever component you don't need, you can delete it. Okay, any component you don't want to make use of, you can remove those components and you can add, because in the about us page we want the description of our virtual library, information about our website. So we will remove all. We will not remove the footer. Footer, header, and menu will be retained like this. Okay. Anytime you check here which page is open. This is the about us page which is opened, and we are editing about.html. Don't open home page and remove all this component. Once you have done the work and you removed it, you will have to do it again. So always check the top left area that you have opened the right page and you are editing the page correctly. Now we will add a component, any component, like we want to have some description about our library. So we will use article, and we can have a component added here for title, and we can add a detail area also here. Now we can edit it. We can give the title as about us. And we can type some information, whatever we want to share with our visitors. Okay, here whatever you want, you can get it. So the second page is also ready. Like this, similarly, you can add more pages. Now, once you have added the About Us page, we can link from the index page. Clicking on About Us, you can give a link to About page by selecting it under Page, Site Pages, drop down menu, and insert link. So that link will be properly inserted. So like this, you can create as many pages as you want. Once everything is finished, now we'll have to publish it. So one option is to have an intranet. If you want to provide services inside your LAN, local area network, then you can make your computer itself as a web server, which will be accessible inside your LAN. If it is having a static IP address, it can be accessed over internet also. For that, you will have to publish these pages. Once the pages are ready, you will have to publish this. So how to make our computer a web server? That is what we are going to see next. Before that, if you have any questions, you can ask, or anything.
Mujib sir, I have a question that if we are going to make our computer server, then that website will work when our computer will be off or not?
No. When your computer is, see, the computer should be always on. Then only it can be accessed. 24 hours it should be on if you want to provide access to the services through internet. But normally for school libraries, we need not turn it on, because once the students left, who is going to use it? Then we will have to host it online on the internet.
Okay.
So some items, just like you want to give access to some materials which cannot be shared on the internet. I have done like that. Some ebooks I don't post it on the internet because of copyright issues. And as librarians, we are not supposed to do that. So I avoid posting all those materials which are copyrighted on the internet. I maintain it on the intranet. Inside the school only, it can be accessed.
So you have made two websites. Otherwise, one website.
No, the main website is on the internet. This one is for ebook only. Ebooks, videos, and all those things which are not actually we are not supposed to share all those materials. So I keep it on the intranet only. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Is it clear? No doubts. It's very simple actually. Drag and drop, any child can do that. Only thing you will have to experiment with the structure, which one, which component to be used, which block is to be placed in which place. That you will get an idea when you are visiting other sites.
Rahiman sir, please explain me the linking part. How to link each and every page with the home. Said no,
Okay.
that link.
See.
It will be that part.
Okay, any image or any text can be made into a hyperlink. So whichever, the menu should always be linked to some page. About Us should be linked to About page. So when you are clicking on that text, in the menu bar, you just need to click on the menu text. Then you can click on the link icon here, and you can select the page. Different options are there. See, page, web address, email, phone, file. So now this will lead to a page only About Us. So we are selecting already. We have created the About Us page. That's why it's available here. So you can just pick it and click on insert link. Okay. Here we just want to have a insert. Or for example, if you are giving this button to CBSE website, you are giving a link to CBSE website from this button. So you can click on this and select, click on the link icon. Then you can type here web address as http cbse.nic.in. That address can be given. Okay. Or if you want to give a link from this, see, for example, read the latest books on public domain. You want to give a link to public domain, an article which explains what public domain is. So you can give a link here. So you can just copy the article from Wikipedia. For example, I am searching for public domain. Okay. Any text can be made into a link this way. Okay. So this is a link to public domain. What is copyright or public? Okay, Wikipedia article we will copy. We'll take this URL, just copy this URL, and in the address, web address, we will select this. Text is to be selected when you are trying to give link to a particular word inside from text. Okay, you'll have to select the text portion, then you'll have to click on the link, then you will have to click on web address, because we are giving link to a web address. We are not linking to a page in our website. And paste the URL here, click on insert link. So that will work as a link, it will lead there. Another thing, if you are giving in the contact, or you are giving here, contact us, one link you are providing here, like my email ID I'm going to give here, kvklibrarian@gmail.com. So I can select this email ID and I can give a link here also. This link can be used to open the default email application in your computer. Then you can send an email directly linking to the email option. So like this, you can add a link. Or if you are providing an ebook, download an ebook here. You are giving download ebook, whatever ebook it is. You may be giving a book cover here on top as an image. Then you can select this link and you can link to a file. If it is a PDF file, you can browse from your computer. You can upload that particular PDF file here and the link will be inserted. So like this, any component here, any text here, you can provide a link.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, I was wondering that we have virtual libraries for maybe if we are making it for class 1 to 12. So
okay.
like right now there are only 3 of them here, 3 options. So how do we go, if at all we want to put it in the services, we need to have maybe around 9 or 10. So how do we do that?
On the first page, on the home page, you will be adding only links to different classes. Means link to different class virtual libraries, textbooks available. And you will have to drag and drop the component. One component can be added many times. There is no restriction like that. Okay, for features and all. This can be added multiple times. And for the top only, you can edit the title. And the other things, you can avoid the title. Got it, ma'am?
I think so. I'll have to try. So I'll have to do it 3 to 4 times so that.
I'll just show you. I'm cloning this about us page now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is an ebook page, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, I created this one, and it will be opened here. And I'll remove this component, about us component.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll remove this welcome component also. And only now header, footer, and the menu bar is there. Now I will add features here. For example, this one. Okay, one I added. One more I am adding.
Okay.
One more I am adding. Okay.
Okay.
So once we have added the sufficient number of blocks, we will go to edit, and we will retain this as class 1 storybooks, for example.
Okay.
And I add the cover page here and the details about that book there. And in this one, I will just go to settings and I'll avoid the title.
Okay.
And I reduce the top and bottom spacing also.
Okay.
Now, see, it will be like this. Here also I will change the spacing so that it will be closer.
Right.
Okay. So like this, the components can be made into a single page.
Right, right. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Any other question?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me, sir.
Thank you for this wonderful tool.
Okay, sir.
Whatever things we are facing, the normal librarians are facing, just like, for example, they are creating websites using different blogging platforms, etc. Nowadays, as you said, that most of the people, they are accessing these websites only through mobile. So we must create mobile-friendly web pages. And I think this is a wonderful tool to create a mobile-friendly web page. and very easy to create also. A lot of blogs are available.
It is very simple. Only drag and drop only. You should have you should be able to visualize your the appearance of your web page. That's
exactly, and you have to keep a mobile beside you to find out how it will look like. Okay.
Yes. See this here itself. You can see the mobile view of this particular page.
Exactly.
On top middle, you can find a mobile icon, mobile view. Click on it. You can see the mobile view.
Yeah.
This will be the appearance of your site in a mobile. See.
So it seems quite
nice
user-friendly. It seems quite user-friendly.
Yes.
I was just wondering that there are so many, you know,
anytime. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So I was wondering if
tell me.
So Windows is more of interactive and user-friendly. So I was wondering that there are other websites as well, like WordPress and some other as well, which offer you know, creating library websites. So how do you think you know, which one as a librarian?
Actually.
Yeah.
See. Blog is a different one compared to a website. Website here you can design it as you like, but in a WordPress or a blogger you have the facility. But in WordPress, if you want to get all those features, you will have to pay some amount. Free version, you don't have the freedom to change the designs. Okay, that's why I don't use WordPress. I prefer Blogger. Blogger, you can be free to edit anything if you know how to do that. But it is not an easy task. So only if you are interested in doing like that, you can go for Blogger. But this thing, the problem with this is, this will provide you a platform, an application to design your websites, but to host it, you should have a hosting platform. That is what I am coming to. Number one, we will see how can we make our computer as a web server and host this particular website.
Yeah, so I was just wondering on that part, that since you know, I'm a beginner as in this sense of library website, creating a library website. So what is the one which since you have already used, I wanted to know which one could be used by the beginners especially.
Okay, first you can make use of Wix or Weebly. They give free websites, or you can go to Hostinger is the 00 web host, like that. So many free web hosting services are there. But if you want to upload a website designed in Mobirise, you will have to select a hosting platform which allows you to upload your own templates and pages. Wix and Weebly will not allow you. Okay. But Hostinger allows that. Some other sites are also there. So many free websites are there. Free website hosting platforms are available. You can search on the internet. You particularly see whether they are allowing FTP option, file transfer protocol.
Yeah.
They are allowing that. If they are allowing that, it will be easy to transfer all these files. Okay.
Yes.
And then you can maintain the website. You can design it here, upload it very simply, very easily, quickly. Okay. Another option is, if you are ready to pay some 2,000, 3,000 rupees, you can have a web hosting service from GoDaddy, ZNet Live. So many, just like Hostinger also, they are providing this with domain name. 3,000 rupees it may cost for a simple website. For lesser also you may get when some offers are there. Or if you are having multiple sites and all, you will get it for less amount. So that is another option. There you will get all the freedom to design as you like. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to go to that because we don't have the time for that. Or if somebody is interested, we can think of a session on web hosting also. That is a different session. Actually.
Yeah.
So, but
Thank you,
these
sir.
are the options available. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, how to make this one available on the intranet? It's very simple. If you are having a Windows system, there is an option. Maybe you might have used it for eGranthaalaya to enable EG3 opaque. Okay, there is an IIS, Internet Information Server, which makes your computer as an internet web server. Okay, another option is XAMPP. Okay, XAMPP for Windows. This is the one. You can see the name. It has an Apache web server plus database PHP, MySQL and all. This can be used to create a full-fledged web server, but this requires some technical knowledge. But for IIS, that is very easy. You can just go to the programs and features. Okay, where you see all the programs that are installed in your system. Depending on your version, that menu will look differently. Windows 10, you can go to programs and features here, this one. If you are using eGranthalaya, maybe you are familiar with this one. Go to turn Windows feature on or off. Can you see this one? Turn Windows feature on or off. On the left hand side, this is the area.
Visible.
Okay, click on it and you will have to enable Internet Information Services, IIS. That is the Windows web server. This is the one, Internet Information Services. Click on it to enable it. Okay, we need only this web management tools and worldwide web services. FTP server and all are not required. So if you just click on it, it will appear as a square, not tick mark will not be coming, because tick mark will come only when you select all the components. And click on OK. So this will take some time to get the Internet Information Services installed in your computer. Once it is installed, when you are starting your computer, server will be started and it will be serving as a web server. So now in this one, this computer I have already installed IIS. I have turned on that feature. So this computer will serve as a web server. And to access this, you should know the IP address or the computer name to access it from a different computer. But here you can see by typing localhost in a browser. Okay, when you type localhost and enter, this web server will serve you the default page. This is the default page of IIS. This is being served by this computer only in which I am working. Okay, but if you want this to be accessed over intranet, you should know the IP address of this computer. So for that, you'll have to, one thing is that your network should be set up properly, then only this feature will be available. Okay, so to know your IP address, you can go to CMD command prompt Windows, or you can get it from the networking also, or the networking people will tell you what is the IP address of your computer. Click on command prompt, type ipconfig. This will provide you the IPv4 address 192.168.1.9. This is the IP address of this particular computer. So in any computer connected to this particular network, I can simply type this particular number 192.168.1.9 and enter. This page will be served. Okay, so like this you can access, or this computer's name can also be used to access from other computers. But the thing is, see, this is the name of the computer, Sheffield. If you are giving a library server or virtual library, something like that, your computer name, this can be, your computer name can be changed from the properties. Okay, here, computer name, change settings. Click on change settings under properties and you give a name. To rename this computer, click change. And here you type virtual library. Okay, and click on OK. So this computer can be accessed, or this intranet, this particular website can be accessed by typing virtual library in any web browser connected to this network. But this to work, your modem should be configured accordingly. That is, normally it will be done by the computer people. When they are doing it, they will be giving static IP address to all the computers, or dynamic, whatever it is, then it can automatically do it. Otherwise, you can get the help of the networking people. Normally, it will work. Okay. So, but now, so this is how we install the Internet Information Server and make our computer a web server. Now we want to host this particular site there. Okay, for that you'll have to click on publish, and there are two options here. You can see Mobirise. You can create a free website on Mobirise with an domain subdomain mobirisesite.com. mobirisesite.com. You can have a virtual library, for example. If it is not taken by somebody else, you can have it. So this is one, directly you are publishing to Mobirise. But only issue is when they are providing this free service, you can use it to test your website, because they will be showing a banner on the top of the site. Now first we will host it to Mobirise. We are directly sending it. I'm clicking on publish now. I selected virtual library as the site name, domain name. If it is available, it will publish there. Otherwise it will show an error. Then we will have to select another domain name. See, now it is publishing to the Mobirise site. Their own website, they are providing free hosting space. Only issue here is it will have their banner there. This is created by Mobirise. That banner will be appearing on the top of your web page. So this is one option. Second option is, if you are having a hosting service provider, web hosting platform, using their FTP, you can directly publish from here. Third option is, you can publish in your own computer, making it as an intranet web server. Or if it is connected to the internet and it is having a static IP address directly from the modem, BSNL and all, if you are taking a connection, they will provide you a static IP address if you ask for it. So that can also be used. So let's just wait till the files are being uploaded here.
So if you are uploading on Mobirise website, always the banner will be there, or after some time it will be removed?
Yes, that is an issue. They will show that banner. I will show you that.
So is there any space limitation, just like how much?
No, there is no that they are providing unlimited space as on now. Okay. But the issue is this banner will always be visible there, and that is not a simple single line banner. Maybe they will be changing that. People will be objecting to this much size is occupied by the banner, so they may change it to a simple link and all. It will be okay, but it is not a simple text link. It's occupying some space. I didn't like it actually. Yeah. And when I saw they are offering free hosting service, I was very happy. Yeah. But when I checked it, they are showing this banner, so I didn't like.
So if you are paying something, just like how much we have to pay for removing this banner?
Remove this banner. I think they are charging $50 or something. We'll have to see that.
Per year.
Per year. See, if you are going to pay, we need not go to Mobirise. We can take from GoDaddy or Unitline. So many hosting providers are there. And nowadays, web hosting is so cheap. I have seen monthly 40 rupees per month. Some advertisement I have seen. I didn't check it. See, virtual library, mobirisesite.com is ready now. Site is published. You can click on view site to see the site. Now you can see. Okay, see, this is the banner which is coming. This site is created with Mobirise free website builder. So this will always be visible when you are browsing down. Also, it will be there. So if you want to remove this, you'll have to pay. Okay, for 242 paid $29 yearly, $30 per year. But it is giving SSL certificate also, secure site, which others may charge. Okay, so but this is a very good option now actually, because although the banner is there, we can test it before going for hosting. That is advantage. Properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do the testing.
Yes, this is a very good testing platform. Okay. Now, the second option I told is you can publish and make your computer as a web server. For that, click on publish, and you can select here local drive folder. Okay. Here you will have to browse and select the web browser, web server default folder. If you are using IIS, Internet Information Server, you will find when you go to C drive, okay, C C drive, you will find one inet pub folder here. Internet publication, where all the HTML files and everything related to web server will be put inside this folder only. So double click to open that, and you will find www root. Okay, www root is the root folder for all the internet files, all the websites. So you can just select this folder, then come back. So, or you can type it like this: C:/inetpipe www root. This is the root folder for website, and you can click on publish. Okay. So now this computer will be made into a web server, and it will be serving your website when a request comes to this particular web server. You can see here, browse in C drive, inetpipe pub, okay, www root, and
what happened?
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, not audible, sir.
I think some network problem. I think.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe
from the Mujib sir side.
Yeah.
Because sir is screen freeze.
Exactly at 6 o'clock. Okay, let's wait.
Okay, let's be calling.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we can just fill that feedback form.
Yes, all the attendees are requested to fill the feedback form already pasted in the chat box. And it's not PPT, it's live demo by sir. So we are uploading the video on YouTube very soon. So please refer YouTube also.
Yeah. So it is already been recorded.
Yeah.
So after the session, it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel.
I'm not able to connect now because I think some range issue is there, network issue is there.
Yeah. Send a message.
Yeah.
Is that both, sir?
Pardon?
On SLA website as well as YouTube?
Yeah, you can find out from YouTube link. YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
Website. Okay. So from there you can find it.
And one more request on behalf of SLA-PLC team. I'm requesting that you all are expertise in your particular field. So being the part of SLA forum, you are also requested to contribute. You are welcome to present your familiar tool and techniques with school librarians. Your suggestions and feedback always valuable for professional development. So you can request.
Sorry everyone, power failure. Okay. So
black from the city slides.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, full black.
Full black.
No light
over here.
Yes, no issue.
Okay. Now, just shift this. Now, at least.
Fine.
Now fine. No? So I changed my position. Okay. And nowadays, every now and then the power failure is there. Okay. Now, so I think you followed till publish option and selecting the folder.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So now once the files published, you can see all the files under inetpub folder. These are not required, the IIS. Once I'll remove it. Okay. Now when a request come to this virtual library or this local host.
Please share your screen also.
Yeah. So, okay, just a minute. I'll share the screen. Yeah. So once all the files are published, you can see it under that inetpub folder. But we are not actually concerned about that. Okay. We will have to just check typing localhost here in a browser and see your website fully functional. There will be no advertisement and all here. Okay. That Mobirise advertisement will only come when you are hosting it on their platform, their web hosting platform. Otherwise, only here there will be that Mobirise will be there in the source code. Other areas you can remove. Wherever Mobirise is there, you can edit and remove it. They give full freedom for that. So there is no issue. And for those who are
But you are not audible.
Yeah. I just turned on off the microphone because the power came. The fan will be making some noise initially. That's it. And it again went off. Okay. Now, for those who are interested in seeing the source code, and if you are interested in editing it also, you can open this index file in any notepad or text editor, and you can see what is actually inside. Okay, so that facility is also there. If you can, if you know HTML, if you can learn Bootstrap, you can edit this also. But that is not actually required. If you want to modify it, if you are really interested in learning Bootstrap, there is no need to use this Mobirise. Okay, Bootstrap is also very simple. And I'll just tell you about Bootstrap and wind up the session. This is all we have to do. And anytime you can modify the site, publish it again, the changes will be reflected immediately. And if you are interested in learning Bootstrap, you can go to getbootstrap.com, and there also you will get a basic structure, basic theme, which can be downloaded along with the complete Bootstrap. So many files are required for this. The Bootstrap CSS, you will find it under assets. It is a very big list of files which are used for Bootstrap. But if you are interested to learn Bootstrap, you can go to getbootstrap.com, and from here you can get a symbol theme, or you can download themes from any Bootstrap related sites, basic theme. But for that, you will have to edit the source code. And there are so many sites which gives the elements we have seen in Mobirise, different elements like features, theme, contacts, different styles and structures, which are all free. If you know how to mix it, you can create a wonderful site. So, but for easiness, for the beginners, Mobirise is good, or you can make use of Wix or Weebly. Okay, I think I have covered all the aspects required for you to design and host your own website. If any doubts are there, feel free to ask.
Sir.
Yeah.
Would you please explain the publishing part again?
Yeah. Okay. And once your website is ready, we will have to host it somewhere to serve it to the visitors. The others can visit and see it. So here under publish, we have got three options. One is creating a site under Mobirise site. Mobirise is providing a free platform, but it will have the domain mobirisesite.com, and our site will be a subdomain in that. Subdomain means we will have to select a ID here, virtuallibrary.mobirisesite.com. This is accessible over the internet. But the problem is When you are publishing there, you will see that there is a banner like this, where we have published the banner. You can see which advertise Mobirise. This is created with Mobirise. You can also create. This is the one. See, the site was created with Mobirise. Create your website. Remove this banner. This option will always be visible there. So that is one problem. Create that banner will be visible. That is the only thing. Otherwise, the site will work as usual without any issue. It will be perfectly functioning. Only thing, this banner will always be visible. And the second option, just like I said, you can install Internet Information Server services here and make your computer a web server, but it will be accessible on the intranet only, your local network. If you want it to be accessible on internet, you should get a static IP address from your service provider. Okay, they may provide it. There may be some extra charge, or BSNL, some plans, they are having an option to give us static IP address, but nobody requests for that. If you request for a static IP address, they will provide. For the school also, you will get a static IP address. School, definitely we will get a static IP address. Using that, if that IP address is given to your computer, it can serve as a web server. Your computer should be on 24 hours. But there will be a problem of bandwidth and speed, because our computers are not servers. If there is heavy demand, means that will be failing. So you can provide your site on the intranet by hosting to the www root folder. This is if you are making use of Internet Information Services, which is available in Windows.
Okay.
Install that. I have shown you. You'll have to go to Programs and Features and turn Windows features on or off and select IIS and install it. Okay, once you select the folder, click on Publish. All the files will be published under that folder, and you can just browse it by giving your IP address 192.168, whatever the IP address is given for your computer. That can be used. It depends on what IP address is assigned to your computer, that you can get by using ipconfig, or you can ask your network administrator, whoever is the network administrator. Okay. If it is properly network is configured, means using your computer name, it can be accessed. Like HTTP, this computer name is Shafir. So I can just access it through Shafir, http://Shafir, the name of the computer. So normally in our library, I gave my computer a name like lib server, lib server. So anybody can access that server by typing lib server in the browser. Clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Hello, Mujib, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How much space is it's allowed in free version?
They haven't mentioned any space. It will be unlimited. But okay, the space is not the problem. That banner is the only problem now. Okay. If you are comfortable with the banner, it's okay. You can make use of that. Okay. Otherwise, there are so many hosting services are there who provide a free hosting, like Hostinger and all. The plan will be limited, but it is sufficient for us. Our normal purposes. Don't upload all the PDF files and other things, videos to that site. It can be uploaded to Google Drive and you can link from there.
Okay.
Okay. Like that, you can create a site on free sites.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any other query? Indeed, a very highly informative and wonderful session, sir.
Thank you,
I extended my sincere gratitude to sir and for this enlightening session about Mobirise, and it's very important app also, and it's great new learning for you new beginner also, sir. And I also thanks to event team, SLA, and all the attendees for this PLC. And I hope I hope all will explore this app and will come with the more queries to you, sir.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, sir. We will really explore this app, sir.
Oh, yeah. Okay, welcome.
is very